people sell ebooks to do certain things, but it's so easy to just go on TikTok or go on YouTube and watch somebody do it. They'll just tell you how to do things. It's just so easy. I don't know.
If I go ahead and I make something, once I make it, I already did the work. Every time you buy, you just give me money for something I already did. So it's great for money-wise. So you do it one time and you get paid for it a billion times. That's like the holy grail of money. Secondly, a lot of people learn better from when they have something written in a video. You know, there's people on YouTube right now that have YouTube videos, and that's free.
So because it is kind of considered a scam, but if I want to put out free content, I could do it, but it's kind of like bold on a person like myself that would charge someone how to do it, you know?
But is your content ever free? Because you, in a way, you're always going to get kind of
paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. You will always be able to get paid for it. I love whenever y'all say the same thing at the same time. Every once in a while that happens.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Check me. We live in our phones, but what if we can make them? Got every app in the world, where's the participation? Looking for representation. Don't overlook the pavement, Silicon Valley was patient. So join the movement, we ain't got too much time to be wasted. Get involved with the tech revolution. Opportunity to use I said it's deeper than cold. Get involved with the tech revolution. Vibe with me, Opportunity to use it. It's deeper than cold.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Deeper Than Code. I'm Shelby.
I'm Chrissy.
And this is
Big Papa Code.
Period. And today, and we're talking information marketing is dead. Pooh.
Kaput.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's going to make a lot of people mad.
Because what does that mean? What do you mean information marketing is dead?
So information marketing, which is something that's really actually near and dear to my heart. It actually really is. Because back in my day.
Yeah, make sure you say that.
Yes, back in
the millennials day. Back in the millennials day.
Hey, I'm a millennial.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're like on the cusp.
I'm a millennial.
Are you really? Like last day, maybe? Last year.
And you're born in you're a November Sag too, right? So you're like right at the end of the year.
This is a lot. I'm being bullied here. My chair is about to break. Like, this is a lot. Okay.
Hey.
Anyway.
So, yeah.
I'm a millennial, though. But anyway.
But back in the old millennial days, the ones born in the 80s, like me.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll say that. We'll say that. Why you laugh at 80s like that?
Sorry.
But back in that time, like when MySpace came out, right? There was like a big push of people that were selling information or whatever the case may be, like selling information about how to do stuff on MySpace, etc. And I bought a book around that time called Just Add Traffic, which was a book about how to like do HTML and CSS, right? And, you know, I'm a software engineer now. That's like the beginning of that. Because like I learned how to code in school, like C++, but I didn't know how to code for the web because you need to know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And PHP kind of back then too. But I started all that from like reading that book. So it was information, I got it, and I was able to, and I couldn't find the information anywhere else, but that showed me how to like do stuff and also taught me how to like read the source code of like websites or whatever using the browser, and then use that to read and then change it around and do whatever to learn how to like really build stuff. That's how I figured out how to like, you know, make people's MySpace page, make the words fly across the screen, skipping around 3 times, put a player on there.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's how I figured out all that stuff. And then also how to like just to make websites and stuff like that in general. And I just started learning more and more from there. But that was like a starting point. And then a couple years later, I remember like how good that book was for me. So I made a book that actually did decently well. I sold like 600, 700 of them. And this is like way back in the day. And I was mad broke at that time, so it was great for me. And
love a good come up.
Yeah,
right? Started from the bottom.
Yeah,
it was wonderful.
From the concrete.
Yeah.
The flower would grow.
But the book was about PHP and WordPress. And so I put that content together to tell people like, hey, this is how you like do a WordPress site. This is how you install it securely. And this is how you do it without having to, use like, automated system to kind of do it for you. This is how you host the websites, how you do all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And that was my first chance to like build a curriculum, for people or whatever the case may be. And when I was in the military and I had already been teaching, I had been teaching people like weapons and non-lethal weapons and stuff like that. And there was a teaching methodology I had learned at that time called EDIP, it stands for explain something to somebody, then demonstrate what it is, then let them imitate you, and then have them practice it. That makes every single learning style learn stuff. Like if you do
made
all
that
those
up?
No, I didn't make that up.
Oh, I might say that is so cool.
Like my lieutenant at the time, he told me like, hey, this is how we teach people how to shoot guns. That was like that. Mm-hmm. That's at least that was the acronym. That's when he taught it to me. So then I said, well, I think I could teach everything that way. And I looked more into it and I was like, oh yeah, this is going to cover the people that learn hands-on. It's going to cover people that need to hear it. It's going to cover people that need to see it. It's going to cover people that, pretty much everything. And now I could definitely say like, now I'm more studied in like andragogy and stuff like that. Andragogy, which is like the study of teaching to adults, right? Just like pedagogy is for children or whatever the case may be. And that's what I do like as, part of my career. I'm a senior director at a education nonprofit.
Okay.
And like my whole job is to do nothing but how do you teach adult stuff? Like, and how do I make sure that new instructors know how to teach to adults, people and including people on the spectrum and, everything in between, every single different learning style. So yeah, so that whole trajectory wouldn't have happened without information marketing. But with all that said, still dead now, regardless of all that I said. But the reason I believe that, and I don't mean it's dead today, I mean that it's dying a slow, painful death.
Why slow, painful?
Because people don't want to let it go because they have an emotional attachment to it. And also it's an easy way to make money. Like if I go ahead and I make something, once I make it, I already did the work. Every time you buy, you just give me money for something I already did. So it's great for money-wise. So you do it one time and you get paid for it 1 billion times. That's like the holy grail of money. But the problem is that with the new technologies that we have now and how much information just at our fingertips at any moment, it devalues how much an information product like an ebook has. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We never talk about anything on the podcast there's not like a solution for. But like just saying like, hey, just buy my ebook on Gumroad or whatever the case, like a lot of people do. Like there's not as much value in that as there is in other things.
Yeah, we
ebooks is that. Like the new way.
Yeah, we talked. Whoa. Me and Chrissy talked about that recently though, like because people sell ebooks to do certain things, but it's so easy to just go on TikTok or go on YouTube and watch somebody do it. They'll just tell you how to do things. It's just so easy. I don't know. Chrissy, what you got for us?
Well, I thought that was my question. Why is it a scam, right?
Damn, I didn't even know that was the next question. All right. Sorry, that it just kind of like flowed. Cut it. Okay, boom. Can you explain?
See, we're getting so good at it.
We're getting so great at it. Can you explain the decline of information marketing in more detail? We kind of just talked about that though. Kinda?
No, there's more things to say.
Okay, great. So what is the decline of information marketing in more detail? What does that look like?
Yeah, like decline looks like that a lot of people don't have the same affinity toward buying ebooks and stuff like that they had before when it was more novelty. Like more people are doing it, but less people are like actually excited about buying a book from somebody. Like there was a time and when money was even worth more where everybody had a $37 ebook online or whatever. Now if somebody tries to sell a book for $37, they'd be like, yo, nah, you got to bring that down to at least 15, 20 and the money's worth less now. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, a lot of times people will buy an ebook and won't finish the book. Like completion rates are really, really bad.
I'm not even gonna lie. I bought a few that are like still sitting in my
just sitting in your files on your phone.
I don't know.
I bought so many workout ebooks. Crazy.
Yeah, workout ebooks, all that stuff like that too. Exactly. Like
they got our money.
Yeah, they got the money. They did the work, but
Fred, get there and leave. Peace out.
Yeah, that's what happened.
But the key is that when you make something, you're trying to make something to help other people. Like you care that they finish it because you're trying, like, hopefully you care that people that buy the thing get a value out of the thing. And if you're selling something that people aren't getting a value out of and your goal is to give value, then you have to reevaluate what you're doing. And I think that's where that decline comes in. But there's stuff that is going on the upside. And that's like people choosing a different path than just selling the ebook. And that is like when they create communities around the stuff that they're doing. There's like cohort-based programs that could be built around, ebooks or whatever, but it's like a live kind of situation. Like
a little Discord.
Yeah, like a little Discord around it. Like that's where you start to get the value. Because, like what people really want is like, let's say you buy an ebook about, I don't know, how to do a leave out right?
Okay, now we're speaking my language. Okay, how to do a leave out. That sounds crazy though. Let's do ponytail.
Okay, I actually have an ebook on a ponytail already.
You have an ebook on a ponytail. Perfect.
Yes, I have an ebook on a ponytail.
So let's say you buy that, right? You're buying it because you want to make ponytails, right?
Yeah, you want to learn how to do one.
You want to learn. You want to learn how to do one. So, in order for somebody to learn how to do it, though, right? They're going to need to actually finish the content, right, all the way through, right? Now the person that's buying it, they're trying to find whatever the most effective way for them to learn how to make ponytails or do ponytails, etc. And maybe reading it from the book, maybe they at the end still don't even know how to do it because like they didn't vibe with the way the person wrote it or whatever the case may be, they still didn't get the result. But if instead what they paid for, like my wife did this recently, where she paid to learn how to make a wig, or whatever the case may be, but she actually went to the woman's like studio and then they made the wig together.
Oh, yeah. Like a real like hands-on class. Exactly. But you get the book to go home with.
And you get the book to go home with. That ends up being a better experience. You could charge more for the experience. It takes more out of the creator, right? But the person gets a better value out of the situation. And then even secondly, you might pay for an ebook, but a lot of people, and I noticed from teaching, a lot of people learn better from when they have something written in a video. And, there's people on YouTube right now that have YouTube videos that will show you from start to finish how to do your makeup, make a ponytail, do et cetera.
Change your battery
and you can pause it, stop it, where her fingers at, and do all that stuff. And that's free.
Yeah.
So then how valuable is the ebook now? So now more people are like, it's a scam. I freaking watched this on YouTube, blah, 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 blah.
That brings me to my question. Why is it considered a scam? But you said that's how, because you can find it other ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's crazy though. Like, so just to piggyback off that, so because it is kind of considered a scam, but if I want to put out free content, I could do it, but it's kind of like bold on a person like myself that would charge someone how to do it,
But is your content ever free? Because in a way, you're always going to get kind of
paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. You will always be able to get paid for it. I love whenever y'all say the same thing at the same time. Every once in a while that happens.
Yeah.
But anyway. but yeah, like you will be able to get paid for it. But the key is that like people that are charging, it's totally fine to charge. It's like, you ever heard Yo Gotti? You know who that is, right?
Of course we know who Yo Gotti is. Don't you ever question my gangster like that.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Come on.
A lot of people, like, you know what? I talk to too many nerds, right? And a lot of times I'd be talking to people and they'd be like, yo, what who's that?
Angela Simmons' boyfriend.
But you ever heard his song, Know Your Worth?
How do it go?
Know Your Worth. I'm not going to rap it. But he goes, I
look at Chris.
Actually, I'm trying to try right. It goes, know your worth. Young multimillionaire from the dirt. Some I forgot. I forgot the words, whatever. Yep. But anyway, in one of the verses, like the second verse, I think he said, get the game for free, but pay me for the labor. And like, if you asking me to do work.
He did that.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you asking them to do work, they got to pay for you to do the work.
Yeah, no, period. So what will be like the new approach to marketing then?
Well, the approach is you have to like sell convenience, right? So you have to sell them on, shortening the time it's going to take them to get to the result that they want. So different ways you could do that is you could do it for them, right? You could do it with them, right? So do it for them is like you do a service. Like if we're keeping hair is what we're talking about, like just go to the hair salon. And like, you don't need to know how to do the ponytails. Show up. You going to get them right.
Yeah, pay for it. Just show up. Get them right. Book the appointment, show up.
With Kylan and Clark.
Kindle and Clark.
I jacked that up.
But you know what's crazy? I actually did that before. I actually I'm not going to use the word scammed, but so one day back in like early hair school days, about 10 years ago, me and one of my friends, we wanted to learn, like literally master a side part sew-in. Like that's a good thing. Like you want it to like lay, but you want the hair to like fall in your face. Like that's important, right? Mm-hmm. So what we did was she booked a class with a lady who did a bomb side part, right? And I was her model, but I also, too, was a hairstylist. So we kind of did like a twofer, right? Instead of me being just a client. So I'm getting the hair done. She's learning how to do it over my head. So we both left with the knowledge of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we did that class one day. But
You didn't scam anybody. I mean,
yeah, you paid for it.
Yeah, we did pay for it. But she was asking me if I did her. I lied and said no, you know.
Oh, she had a rule. She had a rule.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was gray. That was a gray area.
Okay, great. Woo, thank you, Jesus. But my side parts,
it was worse.
You just snitched on yourself.
It was worse than it was worse. But I was just letting you know that happened. So yeah, I kind of did. But hey, we all win here.
Well, how do you build a list and arouse interest in that?
Well, let's go back. Wait, so you're saying
your day? Just kidding.
So if I go back to doing it for them, it's like you doing the service, you do it for them. Doing it with them is like you doing it alongside them. So like you do something, they do something, you do something, they do something. Right. That's like when I was teaching like weapons, I was teaching like firearms or whatever. Like doing it with them is like, okay, well, I'm going to show them how to stand, how to point the weapon, treat, never keep safe. You know, treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Never point anything you don't intend to shoot.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. You know, what? But teaching, but tell them, and never point anything you don't intend to shoot. Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised if people jack that up.
Yo.
but yeah, but like going through that and like I do something, they do it immediately. So I fire at the target and now you fire at the target, the same way, et cetera. Like we're going through the steps side by side, the same way that you did when you went to the class. Like she does it, y'all are watching, you do it. She does it, you do it. She does it, you do it. So you do it, doing it with them, right? And then doing it in community is like when you do a class, you have 30 people show up. It's not a one-on-one. And so now there's more people there. And then now you get the exchange numbers. Now it's like more people that you're learning together. And like when I teach my coding classes, we do it this way too. Like I put everybody in groups. They have their groups. They're going to build projects together. So they get to see what it's like to like build applications as a team, et cetera, all those different things. And that segues into your question that you brought up before is like, how do you like arouse the interest into it or whatever the case may be.
I guess it really just depends on like their learning style too, is how you kind of market it, huh? Like if you do a group class, someone's going to be interested in group learning if they're best at that, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not a good ebooker. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
So I would prefer to book a class.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would book a class, but I don't want a group class though.
I want
a one-on-one.
A one-on-one.
You got money.
Yeah. I do.
Speak
it. There we have it.
Yep.
Great. So what's the difference between like implementation and information? Because you have a question here that says like, why is selling implementation better than information? But what's the difference between that?
Yeah. So implementation is like actually like doing the thing, right? So like implementing whatever it is, right? That's better than information because at the end of the day, like you don't want the information just for the heck of the information in most cases. You want the result. You want the end goal, the result, the thing at the light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. So telling them that, like, for example, if you're selling somebody on cosmetology school, like they don't just want to learn hair, they want to have their own salon or they want to whatever. So you're telling them that like, I'm going to help you have a salon by the end of this, or I'm going to help you become whatever. Like the thing that they're excited about is the end goal. So actually selling them on the result. And that even comes into also when it comes to arousing the interest, like that's like a big question because that's another way that you arouse that interest. Like you have to get them agitated about whatever their problem is that they were trying to solve. Mm-hmm. And that sounds bad, but you kind of want to make sure that they understand. Like let's say if you're selling like, I don't know, deodorant, you got to keep showing, that's why they're going to show in the commercials, people with like sweat onto their arms and stuff like that.
Working out, yeah.
But like to show that like,
this works.
Yeah, like, this is a problem that you need solved, right?
Yeah.
Like you got sweaty palms, here's a pill that'll get rid of it. Like, but look at how nasty it is when you have sweaty palms. Ew, whatever. So now you want to get it solved. Or like, you need to get your hair done. They're gonna show a picture of like a woman with I've seen every hair YouTuber or whatever do this, but they show like a woman, like her hair look all jacked up and she don't have no makeup on, and then magically they spin the chair around and like, look. And then
she's a different woman.
And she turned into a dime. But the funny thing is what I think that'd be hilarious sometimes. Mm-hmm. And they'll show like somebody who already looks good without their makeup done and their hair is like okay anyway. Yeah. You spin them around, it's like, okay, I see they're fixed up, but they didn't look bad before anyway.
Yeah. We love those. That's us.
I ain't gonna lie, my before pictures be crazy.
You think they are?
Hell yeah.
Christina, no, they don't be.
I be going in there looking like all my life I had to fight.
Oh my life.
Listen,
Come
nobody
out looking like a different
anybody
girl.
watching this is not buying it. No one.
So how important is storytelling?
Storytelling is incredibly important because a lot of the time people are going to make decisions based on the connection that you create with that person. Like they're like, because like if they could go to Chrissy, they could go to Shelby. I'm pointing at you and saying Chrissy.
We look just alike.
I'm just a brunette.
But they could go to you, but they could go to somebody else.
Right.
Right. So especially when it's like hair, like barber, like I would rather go to a barber I like better that still gives me a decent haircut, right? Than go to one that's actually better, but is mad annoying and I can't stand it.
No, that's a major T. Like beauty industry people that's watching this, like I don't care if you don't know how to do anything. As long as you have a great personality, you got this. You're going to have a great clientele. Like you're going to have clients. I feel that way myself. Like by the grace of God, I have like the hands. You know what I'm saying? But you literally pay for the experience. Like, cause me doing your hair and it's going to be good. Why not?
Yeah.
Exactly. And that, and storytelling is like the way that you create that connection when you can't be live with somebody. Right? Because when people watch people's stories, why some people are so like invested in like Kevin Hart, for example. Why he's more.
Well, I was about to say who's invested in Kevin Hart?
A lot of people are invested in Kevin Hart.
Like who?
Like Arthur. Again.
My bad.
Why y'all don't like none of the people I like?
Kevin Hart is not funny.
Kevin Hart is hilarious.
Yo, to who?
To who? Where?
Arthur.
On Netflix? In
Arthur.
movies?
Where
it
was
was.
he?
You guys need to have more children. That's what the problem is.
Yeah, he probably,
You probably need to have more children.
Because he's a family comedian? Is that what you're saying? Like he's a family
comedian. Me and my wife be cracking up. Like, yeah, my kids be tripping too. Oh yeah, I would have left that kid outside.
And see, I'm more of a like, I like how Bernie Mac talk about the kids.
Hell yeah.
Jumping on my goddamn couch. That's the type of parenting I like. Or Mike Epps, for instance. That's the kind of parenting
I don't like Mike Epps. I don't think he's funny.
What?
But I don't dislike him as a person. I just like.
But for you to say you don't think Mike Epps is funny, but you think Kevin Hart's funny, I'm judging you now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this.
Okay, wait.
We'll add this to the group chat.
Kevin Hart is funny, right? Okay, I'm gonna name people I think are funny. Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle,
Okay.
Cat Williams,
Yes.
Okay.
right? And now people are gonna be mad when I say this one because I think she's funny, even though people don't like her.
Tiffany
Haddish. You know I'm gonna say Tiffany Haddish.
I knew you guys. I don't think Tiffany Haddish.
So I'm telling you, Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart are in the same boat.
They're the same person.
They're the same person. They're clones. Like y'all are funny. Like sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But like in movies,
Y'all are
it's
commercially
corny.
funny.
Yeah,
like,
it's corny. Yeah, they're like corny funny.
They like fell off of a banana slip. Like that's the type
and
of funny
their
they are.
reaction is, "Oh my God, I broke my neck, my tailbone, my hair is falling out." They extreme.
Well, let me tell you why Kevin Hart's funny, right? And I want you to go back and watch his stuff again, right? Because maybe you're missing it, right? You messed up my whole point.
Because
I know I didn't miss no
this needs
point.
to be explained. But go ahead.
But the reason why Kevin Hart's funny, and why people connect to him, the people that do like him, reason why I like him, not because he's short, is because Kevin Hart always tells his life story in his stuff.
No, he don't.
He do.
Cat Williams told you he don't.
He tells a story.
What story? Not his story.
He tells his
tells
story.
somebody else's story.
No, he tells his story.
You honestly,
You mix it up with Steve Harvey.
Oh yeah.
That's his problem with Steve Harvey.
You're right.
That's a wrong
Cat Williams
problem.
caught astray.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My bad. Okay.
But yeah, no, I still don't think Kevin Hart is funny.
But
there's nothing you can say to make me think that he's funny. Even if that is his real life, it's not funny.
I've never heard anybody so passionate about not liking Kevin Hart.
I don't dislike him. He's just not funny to me.
Yeah, he's really not funny. But anyway, okay. How are Gen Alpha and Gen Z influencing the decline of information marketing?
Let's see.
That was a tongue twister.
It was a tongue twister.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh man.
I actually have like a really good answer for this question.
Answer it.
You have an answer? Okay.
So after reading this, it was just kind of like my version of looking up information back in the day. Back in the day, I'm a 90s kid. We had the white pages. We had the yellow pages. Like we actually had to put into work to like look things up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was literally at the fingerprints of these new generation of people of just going on Google and typing in pizza, or really like how we use DoorDash. Like that's their perfect example. Going on DoorDash as like Kendall going to order a pizza. her phone is already hooked up to the zip code that she needs the pizza at. You know what I'm saying? So everything's already done for her from her phone. Me needing to order a pizza, I had to go get the white pages. I had to go find the P in the white pages, find Pizza Hut, look to see what address was closer to my house, call to see if they were closer to my house. And then that's how I had to look for information. You know what I'm saying? Now it's at the fingertips to all of these new people, which is crazy. They wouldn't survive. Technology. They wouldn't survive back in the day. If I told Kendall, go grab the white pages, she would look at me and say, do what?
They don't even make them anymore.
They don't, which I thought was crazy. That's how we used to play on people's phone back in the day. But
that's exactly why they stopped.
That's crazy.
That's a perfect answer. Because, I mean, that is what it is. Gen Alpha and Gen Z, they've had technology at their fingertips there the whole entire time.
And it's free.
So that's the reason why that fits into information marketing, is because they're so used to being able to find information for free that the thought of having to pay for it, like my daughter, for example, is like, what? Like a book? Like I have to pay for it? Why can't I just go on to the app and just open the thing up? Why would I have to buy it?
But the white pages were free back in the day. They just came to your house. It was an update every year.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we're talking about information marketing though. So I'm saying, like, when we talk about buying a book, like for
ebooks and stuff,
like ebooks and stuff like that. Like, why would I spend money on it when I can just find it immediately?
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I can find the information.
Thank you, Google.
I can ask ChatGPT too.
Or ask Siri.
We love ChatGTP, man. I love ChatGTP.
You keep saying GTP.
What is it? GPT.
GPT.
GTP, GP. God damn it, the chat. I like the chat. We just want to call her the chat. I like the chat.
That segues to the next question. How does AI fit into that landscape?
AI fits in the landscape is that you see how crazy it is to be able to like search on Google. As more people start to be able to, AI will have access to all of information that we've ever had or whatever that's available. So when you ask it a question, it can give you your answer immediately. So I mean, like giving somebody information, like, because I could go ahead and print out make an ebook in 2 seconds on ChatGPT if I wanted to.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's exactly why I'm not going to buy nobody's ebook.
Exactly.
Just go on ChatGPT.
Heavy on ChatGPT.
But when I let somebody like teach me one-on-one, yes, because now I get to stand there with a person. It's like Jarvis from from Avengers.
From Avengers. I was thinking of what's his name, Ultron.
Yeah. Well, we don't want Ultron. We don't want Ultron. But Jarvis is like the voice inside the hat.
Tony Stark.
For Tony Stark, right? If I had Jarvis, right? Well, I think I'd do pretty good. Let me not use me. If
I had Jarvis.
No, you're pretty smart too. Let's think.
Kevin Hart. If Kevin Hart had Jarvis.
Fine.
Thank you.
He might be funny.
Oh, y'all are crazy. But if somebody had Jarvis, just because they had Jarvis, they're not going to turn into Tony Stark. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, if Tony Stark shows them how to use Jarvis, they're going to get a whole lot further.
That's just like Spider-Man. He has the technology. He has the glasses.
Yeah, but he didn't know how to make anything work.
All right, yeah, you're right. And now he's dead, huh?
Peter Parker's dead?
Kinda.
No, he's not.
Remember, they don't know who Peter Parker is. They erase his memory.
Well, yeah, now they don't know. They don't remember him anymore, yes. So yeah.
It's just like death to...
We're spoiling the movie, though.
Sorry.
I'm over here like, what? Okay, great. Well, that concludes. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe, and come back to learn more things, guys. Bye.
I'm the one that you should call when you learn to code. Success follow me around if you didn't know. From the bottom, so the top, the only way to go. Yeah, man, they call me Mr. CTO. I'm the one that you should call when you learn to code. Success follow me around if you didn't know. From the bottom, so the top, the only way to go. Got in this game from a humble beginning, but now we winning.